Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Armored Core for Answer. We're moving on into part 5 here. I just took a little bit of a break, just to grab something to eat, and I was watching a few YouTube videos while I was at it. Or so future sound production videos, I guess, with like Metal Gear, I guess lore, if you want to call it that. Although, like, not all of it's lore, some of it is, I guess, a little bit of trivia. And yeah, I think that trivia is a lot better of a word to use for the description. I was watching a video on the 10 movies that inspired Metal Gear, so I suppose you guys can check that out if you want. Alright, so moving on. Right, I was gonna switch out to a different armored core. So, let's see. Do I want to play this? I guess I'll talk a little bit about 9-ball and how that fits into Armored Core history, or at least what I know of it, because I did not play like the PS2 games as much as I did. Excuse me. As much as I did with this game. Like, in terms of Armored Core, this is probably where most of my experience comes into play, is from playing For Answer a lot, and 4. So pretty much most of my experience comes from 4 and For Answer, and the rest is sort of like through reading up on like what's on the wiki and what other players and people have told me. So, 9-ball. First of all, I guess let's take a look at the emblem here, because you don't get 9-ball's emblem unless you S-rank all of the missions on normal. And obviously I did that since I have his emblem, which should be at the very bottom here. Yeah, there we go. So 9-ball is in the original Armored Core, the original top dog Armored Core. The pilot to 9-ball was Hustler 1, which was, yeah, his name, more or less. You could probably see some of the concept images of the character within like the wiki and everything like that. And yeah, I guess the particular design of 9-ball I was going for was a mixture of 9-ball from like 9-breaker and I guess a little bit of the original, because there are many incarnations and versions of 9-ball, but yeah, the original from the first game did have a pilot until I believe you're supposed to beat him. He's like the final boss or something like that, and then most of the other versions of 9-ball that you deal with in later PS1 to PS2 Armored Core era is mainly just like a drone version of the original, so pretty much clones who are mass produced by pretty much AI. So I guess after getting the emblem, I was like, you know what, I guess I'll try building my own version of 9-ball in this game. Hell, even in Daemon X Machina for the Switch, I've seen some players try to create their own version of 9-ball. I did the same, because there is a bit of a reference to 9-ball in Daemon X Machina. One of the top pilots is known as Crimson Lord, and he operates a red arsenal. Arsenals are what they call the mechs in Daemon X Machina. And he's sort of like a throwback to 9-ball. Anyways, moving on. Defend Megalith is the next mission we're going to do here, and it's a major key point in the upcoming missions here, because you can only play this mission if it's your second playthrough, and if you do play this mission, you get the option to play another mission later on called Defend Lion Arc. There we go. Versus Attack Lion Arc, because once you get to a certain point, there's only one mission that pops up in, I believe, Chapter 2 here called Attack Lion Arc, but if you do Defend Megalith, you can defend Lion Arc. And the reason why Defend Lion Arc is such a crucial mission is you have to play that mission if you want to get the parts for White Glint.
request. Omer units have targeted Megalus for attack. Megalus is a power recycling plant and a key element in the Line Arc lifeline. We are working as fast as we can to establish adequate defenses, but the Omer forces are drawing too close too fast. The defenses will not be completed in time. This situation has left us no choice. We need you to defend Megalus. The Omer forces will consist mostly of aerial attack units. Do you think you can drive them off and protect the lives of millions of innocent citizens? Of course, we will compensate you as best we can. Thank you in advance for your help.
Okay, so to give a rough, I guess, political view of where Lionarch stands, because if you're paying attention in the League conference, in the previous video, they were talking about how there are certain like groups that have to play by quote unquote the rules. So these rules are pretty much set by the League and how the League wants to control everything. Lionarch sort of runs off on its sort of like own set of rules and ideals because most of humanity is all up in the air in the cradles, right? However, there are some people who are still stuck living on the polluted surface of the world, and that would be, I guess, more so common folk, because you could think of like the cradles as where all the more privileged people live and everything like that, if you want to view it that way. So that's why you have people in Lionarch branching off to try to support the little guys who are left behind on the planet. So I guess in that sense, I find myself like related to Lionarch a lot more, but they're not a faction that you can actually side with, leading to any alternate ending, which is really disappointing because it's really only, you can either support the League, which is all the corporate assholes, or you could support Orca, which are more like the terrorists that are a little bit more radical than Lionarch, I would be willing to say, as they are perfectly content with attacking at least like half of the cradles and destroying them. Or you could side with the guys like in the Liliana insurgency from back in video like 2 when I was fending them off from destroying the cradles. Those guys are just a bunch of morons that just wanted to destroy everything. So that's why I really don't like, I guess, a good chunk of the endings of this game. And I think the best that I can really stick with is just the League ending. So too bad there wasn't like a Lionarch ending or something like that. Otherwise I would probably opt that way. So yeah, if you chose the mission, because there's another mission where you attack Megalus here. You basically fly in on a Vanguard overboost as the laser cannons are shooting at you, setting up these energy shields that damage you if you go through them, so you have to dodge past them. And Megalus is actually a reused map from Armored Core 4, because you do go here in Armored Core 4 for some of the missions. Except for the pronunciation is also different in Armored Core 4 versus Answer here. They call it Megalus in 4 versus Megalus. I usually say Megalus. Okay, yeah. So you want to shoot down anything that's attacking the main structure here. Once again, even though it's a tower defense mission, it's actually really not that hard of a mission. Oh my god, who is shooting at me? Really? God. Yeah, that's right, how they ever use missiles. Chance of missing with that. Come on. you can see the walls of Megalith getting destroyed here, but that actually doesn't count as any damage to the actual structure itself. Your operator will usually let you know if you're getting any sort of damage, or like so. Yeah, God, this is so weird, because it's been so long. I could easily do this mission without Megalith getting any form of damage at all, so I don't remember the, I suppose, strategy that I had beforehand. Maybe I just need to be faster. Or that could be the reason right there, because some of the AI got stuck on the structure itself and is probably landing more direct hits. Which is really rare. That's actually never happened to me before.
An eclipse? Omer must mean business. Watch for the main laser cannon.
Okay, arms for it. We can handle this pretty fast. I just gotta figure out. Okay, there he is. Just gotta fly up real high, land on top of the sucker, and whack it a few times. Gotcha. That should have dealt with the thing. It should be coming back. Okay. Just one more, maybe two more targets left. I want to say. Now I don't know what's up with the AI in this mission, but if you start trying to chase after these drones, they fly away from you and they'll fly off map if you chase them far enough. Well, they only do that if you're chasing after them, like so. See? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I almost flew out of territory right there.
Confirmed. All targets destroyed. Mission complete.
Megalith has taken very minor damage. Nice work, Lynx.
Yeah, I usually always get through the mission without Megalith taking any damage. That's so weird! Ah, well, I got S rank either way. I guess I'll do this mission.
Here's the mission. Our client is GA America. Your target is the PA-N51 New Resource Plant. This mission is simple. Take out the defenses and destroy the plant. There is one catch, however. You must complete the mission within the specified time frame. I suppose the big shots have their reasons for choosing a Lynx of your caliber. There will be bonuses for completing the mission in as short a time as possible. This is a chance for you to make some extra cash. And that's about it. You could do worse, right? Let us know if you want the job.
Okay, I'm trying to remember here, because the factories that we have to destroy are always set in the same position. They don't move or change or anything like that. And there's a total of 3 of them. The game can be a little finicky and picky if you leave maybe one silo or a little side silo still standing when you destroy a facility. So you gotta be thorough with it. And I think on hard mode the storm density is higher, but I think that's just about it for this mission. So let's hope that this goes smoothly, because, man, I've been having really weird vibes ever since the whole destroying the Great Wall thing, because I got stuck. I took 70% AP damage right there, and then Megalith took, minor damage. This is, shit that I've never, had happen to me before. Even on, my off days back in the day when I was still, playing this game, quite a bit. So hopefully nothing weird comes up here, any weird stroke of luck, because I don't know. It could be Could be my rotten luck just rubbing off on myself. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I forgot. You also have quadruped armored core types. I never use any of them. And then there is also reverse joint armored cores. So the yeah, you got that right. No time to waste.
It's Barat Squadron. No wonder the defense units were targeted. Cunning rats. Resource plant destroyed. 2 more to go.
So these guys are those types of normals that I was telling you about, where you got to be careful because they'll try punching with the rocket punches, and that can do some serious damage if you get careless. And yeah, talking about reverse joints, these guys are reverse joint armored cores. You can use certain leg types like that, and what they help you with is pretty much vertical altitude gaining, so you can jump up high faster rather than boosting up like that, because as you can see, that takes a little bit of time. And sorry if you heard maybe a siren in the background there, because I do live close by a highway, so chances are emergency forces are responding to whatever's going on out there right now. Okay. Right, yeah, I forgot, we have to be thorough and get all of these guys too. That was a pain in the ass. But they can also help you track down where the weapons factories are, because if you see little blips and clusters of red dots on the radar, chances are, like so, there's a factory right there. Boom, see?
Plant destroyed. Just 1 left.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that can happen if you quick boost a little too much and you have very sensitive or high turning stability. As you guys already know that I did use some FRS memory points into that particular stat, because I really don't want to turn fast, especially if I'm trying to circle strafe or out strafe an armored core. And just like that. Done and done. Yeah, we'll be coming back to this map a little later on. And holy shit, I didn't take any damage at all. Okay. Alright, so yeah, there's that. That's good. It's good news. Okay, here we go. Probably one of the more dramatic missions within Armored Core France. So you can either fight White Glint, and you have to it's mandatory that you are partnered up in this mission, because if you fight White Glint, it's pretty much a 2-on-1 where you and Stasis will fight him. And White Glint's not that hard, but yeah, it'll be a 2-on-1. And regardless, Stasis will always go down in the fight, so he'll eventually go down, and once you defeat White Glint, he goes down, obviously, and you move on. However, I prefer doing Defend Lionarch, as I stated, I really do side with Lionarch's more or less ideology in comparison to the other organizations. So you paid less, but if it's your technically second time playing through the game, you get White Glint's parts, and you can build them if you want. And he is a very good AC if you're trying to build something that's a little bit more stable, because some of my first initial builds were built around White Glint's build. Like, I'll try showing it real quick here. Let's go find White Glint, because how I learned to build a armored core with aerial efficiency was by pretty much reverse engineering White Glint. And okay, where is he at? Let's hope that I don't over scroll again. Okay, there he is. sometimes the game will also notify you if you don't have enough like FRS memory points for like tuning. But if you want to know, this is where White Glint's tuning stats are like. So his energy recovery is really high, which is why he can stay up in the air a lot and use a lot more aerial maneuvers. The rest is towards his like defense, his PA, primal armor defense within like all regions, from head to core to arms to legs. So that's where his tuning points are allocated. However, if you want to look at the engine of the sucker, it's right here. And okay, I don't think I actually use any of these components anymore, but yeah, essentially for the first little while I was using White Glint's interior engine setup and build. So I was playing around with it, and that's sort of like when I was kind of learning like the game's stat mechanics, everything. He also uses spread missiles. I think I do have these. I believe I have them on Stormhowl. So Stormhowl is a very similar build to White Glint, except for it's sort of been tuned to the way I play it. Because White Glint uses dual rifles, he has 0 melee capability at all. And yeah. Alright, so for this mission I feel like using Hugin. I'll use Stormhowl after, so this is sort of, I guess, what I meant by thematic reasons as to why I'll use Stormhowl late game, as I technically don't have the parts yet. And yeah. Back to the naming convention I have for some of these armored cores does tie to something I've been working on, and I guess I'll talk a little bit about what the hell Blacklight is, like behind my username, the story behind my username. So Blacklight is more so a novel, I guess. Well, I'll just call it a novel for now, because I don't have any conventional format for how this story is going to be sort of told. I mean, I don't know whether it's going to take off or not, but one of the plans I have is I might do readings of my story on my channel here, but it's also up in the air, as I do have a technical illustrator, like a friend that does drawings for me, that he's supposed to be doing illustrations for this story. And if the plan does take off, I'll probably show off the story and what the hell Blacklight is. So it is heavily inspired by quite a few games, movies, and animes that I really do love. And Blacklight is sort of one of the names of one of the protagonists within the series, because this is sort of like my novel project is sort of something that spans with like multiple different stories with different protagonists all in the same universe, and they sort of all work together. And I suppose if you're paying attention with the name Kazuma and Shinra, so those are two like protagonists. Kei is actually a supporting character, technical friend of like certain characters in the story. So yeah, that's what Blacklight is in loose. Like, I don't know, it feels really weird whenever like if I use that username as like to refer to myself, but at the same time kind of not, because I don't really want to sound pretentious or anything like that, but like the main characters within like my novel all sort of have aspects of like different, I guess, points of like who I am, like different versions of me from different points of like what I'm like in my life, I suppose. As we all are sort of like that. Like younger you isn't like what you are like now, right? So getting a little into like the deeper side of things there, but yeah. So you can bet that my story is heavily inspired by Metal Gear, Armored Core, and like maybe if you see it for yourselves, you guys will be able to draw the comparisons real quick, pretty easily. Okay then. Without further delay, let's get this over with.
This is what we want you to do. The League is launching an all-out offensive against Line Arc. They have been trying to break us through indirect, surreptitious means for some time, but we have stood firm. Now they're dropping the pretense and showing their true colors. The ace up our sleeve is White Glint. But if the League comes at us with everything they've got, even that won't be enough. That's why we need you to be our trump card. The corporations abandoned the planet's surface and the people who live there. They are no longer part of a rational economic system that supports society. They have become no more than elitist parasites. You know the truth. A world ruled by the League is doomed. We, the people, must control our own lives and build our own future. Of course, we will pay you as much as we can. Please, help us in this fight for freedom.
Okay, you guys got me. So pretty much exactly what I said in terms of like where the League takes its stance and why. Yeah, I don't like them, but we're sort of stuck to having to deal with them with this ending. So I guess it's kind of relatable with some real life like governments. So yeah, stick it to the man. Fuck the government. No, but in all seriousness, yeah, it's just, I guess I sort of vibe with these guys a lot more. And this is probably one of the more difficult missions if you don't know what you're doing, and I'm pretty rusty, so let's see how well my strat works and if I can still pull it off smoothly. So it's going to be a 2-on-2 fight here. So White Glint's going to help us. We're going to have to fight Fragile and Stasis. And my recommendation, go for Fragile first.
Those slimy politicians with all their empty calls to arms in the name of liberty. I'll sink the whole lot of you to the bottom of the ocean. You ready, Fragile?
Preparations complete.
Good to hear. Move out.
Stasis is supposed to be the #1 rank in Collard. Let's see what their top dog can do.
Commence mission. Cooperate with White Glint and eliminate the League Nexts. We've detected 2 enemy Nexts, Stasis and Fragile. Stasis, it's on Starva, the rank 1 Lynx. The League isn't holding back.
White Glint operator Fiona Jarnefeld here. I appreciate the assistance. Good luck to both of us.
So don't mix up the operator with the Lynx. They're two completely different people. She has to speak for the pilot because the pilot doesn't say anything because they're technically you from Armored Core 4, right? So right away, go for... Okay, I might not be able to pull off this time. Alright, this might take a few retries, but go for Fragile right away. Ignore Stasis. Ah, shit. Alright, that's Stasis because he fires his laser cannon. Oh shit, where the hell? Okay, I think that's Fragile over there. Oh yeah, that's Fragile, alright. Okay, I see the missiles on the radar, dodging those. Damn, yeah, this is the problem with lightweight armor cores is they move really fast and it's sometimes a little hard to track them. Oh goddamn. Okay, here's the cheese strat here. Lure them into this corner because this will limit their mobility and you could just it's like shooting fish in a barrel, basically. Because otherwise they move all over the freaking place like this, and what the come on. No, that's stasis. There you go. Oh my god, piss off stasis.
Are you lost out there or something? Rookie Lynx. You bore me.
Okay, so there goes the S rank. That's not happening. Oh my god, no, I don't want to go for frickin' stasis. It's really hard to tell because they're both lightweights. And they kind of move the same. There we go. Fragile. And come on.
It appears you have left me no choice. Initiating Plan D.
No. He's to the left. Sometimes it takes a trial and error, a bit of like trial and error to get them.
Damn it, I'm sinking. I can't go down.
Okay,
like this.
this is always going to happen no matter what. So stasis just sank, and now it's just fragile that's
White
left.
Glint is disabled.
And white glint goes down, that's
He
scripted.
cannot come to your help any longer. I'm sorry.
Now it is 1 against 1.
Okay.
Test applicability increased.
Alright, Tin
Excellent.
Can, bring it on. Get over here. So, here's the trick. You want to get fragile or stasis or whoever the hell you want to kill into this little corner here, because that will, nope. Because what happens is they'll get stuck, and all they can do is side strike like this against the wall, which makes them so much easier to aim for and hit. Oh, there we go, there we go. Oh, you damn little mosquito. There you go.
Flow is reversing from the AMS.
Confirmed. Fragile has been destroyed. Mission complete. In the end, only you remain. I can't believe it. Just a brief moment of relief. Let's make the most of it.
Okay.
Fellow Lynx, allow me to express our gratitude. Thank you. However, this might mean the end of Line Arc.
Yeah, not the smoothest run, and I knew that it was not going to be all that smooth. 'Cause holy shit. Like, it's ridiculous how fast I used to be able to do this mission. And sometimes it is also the luck of the draw. Like, I would be able to just fly in, lure Fragile into that corner, drop him real quick, and Stasis will quickly follow after, because to some extent, Stasis is kind of at, I want to say, half health, because he's scripted to go down in this mission with White Glint at the same time, which is why I tell you guys to go after Fragile first, because once you kill Fragile, Stasis will quickly follow after. You don't want to fight Stasis first, otherwise you're gonna have to fight Fragile at full health, with Fragile at full health. So the strat, the speed strat for this is go for Fragile first, and pretty much deal with Stasis after. And oh my god, it is a major trial and error to trying to get this to S rank. So that's vaguely the strat to S ranking this mission. And I remember getting into an argument with one of my friend's was it older brother, because he's talking about how hard this mission is. He's like, oh, like this mission's so freaking hard. Like you have to fight like Fragile and Stasis and all that. I was like, man, that's like nothing compared to whenever you have to fight the 4v1 at the end of the destruction ending. So if you want to go for like the genocide, pretty much the genocide route, because you have to fight 5 armored cores on your own if you're playing on hard mode. That's hard. So I told him that, and he challenged me to PvP, and I took him out. Like, okay, sorry, I don't want to come off as like arrogant here, but I beat my friend's older brother, like ruthlessly beat him too, just to prove my point. And to put things in perspective, he tried to shoot flares at me. So yeah, so that's just I'm not competitive. I don't really like playing PvP or anything like that, but I don't know, I was just really irked back then by that comment. So yeah, he challenged me, I fought him and just stomped on him really hard. So that's pretty much what happened. Okay, so that's okay, you know, I'm gonna let the next little narration roll before I end this part. So yeah, a little bit more exposition here.
Lynark's White Glint was defeated, and Kalard's top-ranked Lynx, Atsdarva, went down into the ocean. After the intense battle between the Cradle's greatest Lynx, only one remained. Lynark had lost its greatest military asset. The Cradles entered a period of stability, or so everyone believed. Behind the scenes, the League prepared for a new, more violent phase of the war. At that moment, despite the period of calm, the gears of a sinister plan had begun to turn.
Lynark's White Glint and Fragile have been heavily damaged. Stasis sank into the sea, and Atsdarva is missing. According to our intelligence, the only confirmed survivor is White Glint's partner.
They got too cocky for their own good, especially our boy genius, Atsdarva.
Maybe not. Something about this whole thing stinks.
In any case, White Glint has fallen, and I sincerely doubt the survivor is going to be Lynark's successor. We have achieved our basic objectives. Yes, but we paid the price.
So you think you can take their place? What about Gerald?
What do you mean?
Nothing. It's just that old fogies aren't as much use to us now, are they?
Are you looking for a fight? Enough. If you've got something to prove, do it on the battlefield. No one's stopping you there. Besides, there is still a lot we have to discuss. For example, this Ontario assault. What are we to do with the survivors?
Okay, so that's gonna do for this part, guys. And what are we on? Okay, we're actually on the second video here. So I got time for one more video before I call it a session. So I'll catch you guys in a bit then. So I'll be right back. See you soon.